So after Chosen, which he was born in 2015, I had 4 more kids. No, I'm sorry. I had 3 more kids after him because it's a total of 5. So it would be Shakira, Chosen, and then once I started with Chosen, it's stair steps. So it was every year I was pregnant for 4 years straight. So I have Chosen, Sovereign Dior, Comidas, and then Cashmere. So yes, it's a total of 5. Looking back at it, I say I don't know how I did it, but hey, I love all my kids, and yes, I definitely did that. But I was pregnant for 4 years straight. Yes, which is kind of crazy, but yeah, I wanted to focus on my career and get something going for myself. And then I ended up pregnant with Cashmere. And then that's when I went through a public breakup, and that was that. And then me and my partner, we separated. So I'm a single mom of 5. 5 kids later, people always ask, oh, why are you, like, what happened with your marriage? Or like, why you're not in a relationship? And I always say I was never married, but the relationship, I thought it was going towards marriage. And then my partner at the time had an outside baby. And he kind of wanted to force it on me, and I wasn't really ready to. I mean, I don't really know how to describe this or talk about this. He had a baby outside of our relationship that I was not okay with, and we were not married. So I'm like, if I'm not about to deal with this, because I thought what we had was something way more special than the way you're treating it. And I felt like I had no choice but to leave. I had to choose me and my kids over what he was about to put me through. So here we are. I think the kids are great. Like, they're in a great space. I don't know. I just try to make sure that they don't go without and that they're good mentally. And we have a great co-parenting schedule. Like, we do good with co-parenting. I feel like we do the best we can, and we make it work. We make it work for the kids. It has definitely been a work in progress, and I feel like it should get better with time. Just give it time. I feel like everything always gets better with time. You know, as long as the parents are good in a good place, then the kids will be good. So as long as they see a healthy relationship, I feel like that's the best thing you can do. Because the co-parenting schedule, we do week on and week off. We switch every Sunday. It's like I have that free week to myself where I can focus on what Kia wants to do and create all of these things for Kia. Like, I started a beauty line, I started this YouTube channel, and I have so many more projects that I'm working on. And I have the time to actually do these things. I'm just so excited, and I feel like nothing's gonna hold me back now, because I'm finally at a good place in my life. I did a lot of healing. My kids are older. Cashmere will be 5 in the end of September. So I'm just excited for me and everything that I have to come.
So I don't know, JR, you remember when I was with Shar, like, she's at fault because she didn't let it be known that marriage is an expectation for her. She waited till 3 to 4 or 5 kids in. Now you expecting that from him. Now, I told you once before, ladies, men will play house as long as you let them. Until you put that expectations in the forefront. You know, maybe by the first, third date, let it be known your expectations is marriage. We're going to do what we can to continue to get that ass. And that's what he did. He did what he needed to do to continue to get that ass. To the point of ass where he gave you 5 damn, well, no, I think he gave up 4 kids, right? I think 1 kid wasn't his. Regardless, he did what he needed to do, continue to get ass. Continue to get your attention, strung you along like he should have did, because marriage wasn't his priority. It seemed like nobody's priority in that situation. It wasn't till late on down the line where you 5 kids in, now you looked at some type of way Now, well, shit, I might as well get married. Man, no. You should have expected that when you first started getting with that man and let it be known this is what you want. Don't expect him to all of a sudden do it now. That's not his priority. And if you had a conversation with him, you would have found out early. It was never his priority.
To get knocked up for 4 years straight is insane. And then expect and then probably didn't even put the pressure on them after the fourth one to get married. So yeah, that's, although I don't agree with what Cam is doing, but that's, she got to take responsibility for that, because it ain't one of those issues where most men would say, oh, well, I don't have the money right now to get married, I'm not stable, I'm not financially stable, whatever. Cam been in the game for a long time, so if he wanted to really marry her, he would have did that the first year after the first baby. So, and she knew that, but you know, we got to play the we got to play the role where of course, you know, no accountability is usually taken. So
Living together ain't playing, ain't marriage, Shane. I know it is for y'all ladies in 2024. Y'all think that's a marriage? No. You playing house. And we'll play house with you as long as we can. Because at the end of the day, we know we could pick up and get the fuck on. Because ain't nothing tied us to you like that. Now, if that's what you want to do, we'll do that to the end of our days. I'm telling y'all the game. Y'all better wake up and recognize. We will do it. And won't feel anything if we get up and walk away. We won't. Now, if you require marriage, now we got to, now you calling us to the carpet. Now you putting a mirror in our face. Now we got to make a decision. Just like I told EBD. Is he willing to walk away? Because this woman requires marriage from that man. Is he willing to walk away and not continue to play house with that woman? He answered the question. I ain't got to repeat his answer. He know what his answer is. Ma'am, that lady, she didn't do that. She didn't require that from the giddy up. So how you going to fault this man? How you going to be mad at this man? You didn't require that. So if you didn't require that, that man going to do what he feels like he needs to do. I'm going to provide for you. I'm going to take care of you. But I'm not going to put a ring on it. Because that ain't what you asked for.
Shantae said, no, she said that because it makes sense that she got pregnant if they sexing all the time, living cooch.
Both of them are at fault.
Shan, bring your crazy self back and defend yourself, woman.
both both parties are at fault. She's in with the man with means, and she's allowing him to have his way. He truly doesn't respect her. That's why he moved on to something else. And as long as Hank said it, as long as you allow somebody to do something to you, they're gonna do it. And the doc called him out, pulled his whole card, because he did say he wanted more. So when she says that you're gonna cause more fractured homes by being selfish, she is right. You got 4 kids. One, okay, maybe in or out, depending, from this lady, and you don't want to marry her, but you keep doing it. That's nefarious behavior. Then you move on to other women and you do it with them. And then now you get called out on your show and you look completely uncomfortable, because I counted how many times he set up body language, which is the greatest part of communication. And she should have not set up the disclaimer, I respect you, I this, I that. Just say it. Because Cam is what Cam is. That's not the respectable part about him, that you are causing fractured home because you're a man of means. You big in Atlanta. You big or wherever you is. You got the fellowship. But then you truly don't respect women. Because if that was my daughter that you did that to, I'd feel some type of way. EBD, Hink, OG, welcome. That's not the type of behavior that you would want somebody to exude and use your daughter for, and then discard her and move on to the next, because she's in a win-win. She hit the lottery ticket. Those kids are not going to go without. She can easily set up a structure where those kids will get taken care of. She can ask for X amount of dollars. She'll be fine as long as she makes wise decisions until they get to the age when, the faucet turns off. But what does that say about you as a woman? Cam, you got called to the carpet, and you had to tuck tail. No matter how you spun it with all the intellectual feedback that you gave back, you were sitting on that couch looking stupid. I digress. Welcome, OG.
Peace and love, and always strive for the truth. Thank you. What I hear in this is what I have seen so much of. And me making the same errors of that I hear. What's going on, Hink?
What's up, OG?
You got it. What's going on, Black Dragon?
What's up, sir?
All right. And I see the main host is off camera right about now, but I know he's doing some things. But anyway, I made this mistake myself, and this is, I guess, this is what I call the 60-40. 60 for the woman if she has to bring that child in the world, and she has the decision of bringing that child in the world or not bringing that child in the world. 40% of it because the guy himself. The main problems of all this right here is money can't stop children from suffering. The balance of life, the way it should be. And I see a lot of people who have a lot of money and they got bad health, and money don't do them any good. So that's the physical part of it. But nobody talking about the mental part of it, that the children might be going through, not having the true balance. It's good that a co-parent, but I look how somebody explains something, tells me the lesson that they learned. And I listened to her very careful when she started off. She started trying to shift it. But if you put your shoes on and put your socks on, after you put your shoes on, then you try to explain that you did something correctly. You didn't. She didn't do anything. She didn't do it correctly. But she tried to shift it on him by saying that it was serious. She thought it was serious. Well, if it was serious, you would have did it in the right way. So I can't be up here with accusing spirit because I just said to myself that I did the same thing. It's a learning experience, but I wouldn't have explained it the same way she explained it. And that shows me she didn't really take accountability of what she brought to the table. And I never put all the blame on the women, due to the fact is she didn't do it by herself. So she can never be considered totally responsible for it. And that's why I call it the 60-40. So I listened to her, and I listened to the situation. And we have to be very careful how we look at people who are into show business or people who are in the limelight. And just as you say, them children will be taken care of for the rest of life, because usually women, when they have 4 kids in a row, it's not by the same guy. So we have to use the examples that is around us versus someone who may be in entertainment, because their thought patterns is so different. I stayed in the business for 35 years, and I know the thought patterns of the entertainers in any football basketball, sports, acting, comedian, they thought patterns is different. Yeah, they bring themselves to it, but you got to understand they think just a little different. You know what I mean? I don't think, and I'm just being honest, I don't think any woman that I know have had 4 children by the same person that she thought she was going to get married for. It usually, 2 fathers, 3 fathers, something like that. So we have to be very careful how we look at other people's example, because I heard earlier about Tesla and this person didn't have that person. We got to be honest, people. Everybody, everybody is not created to be a discoverer of Tesla. Everybody's not born to do something that you would consider as a game changer for life. It could just be a game changer for him and his family. So we got to be very careful how we use examples of people who have extraordinary talents that God gave them, and try to use that as an example why we should be doing something versus somebody else doing something. Hell, I seen janitors when I was going to school, decent men come to work every day and do a good job, a hell of a job, raise his family and turn out some of the most beautiful children in the world. So we got to be very careful how we use people in the limelight situations, because we could be not only receiving the information wrong, but we could be giving the information wrong out.
I
Okay.
appreciate the OG. You about to say something into the Black Dragon?
Yeah, just to speak on the video real quick. I mean, as far as her having 4 children or them having 4 children, I mean, if I think that when we're looking at it from the average man standpoint of how we perceive the nuclear family and structure and to be just man, woman, and children, I think that what I've noticed is that when you start climbing the social ladder, or when you start having wealth or access to wealth, like in different classes, rules change to benefit them, right? They don't really live in or exist in the same universe that the rest of us do. Like marriage and divorce and the reasons why, when you're talking about millionaires or business owners, CEOs, or upper class, um, they're more likely going to work on their marriage because they're both business interests, and interests that's beyond just their persona, right? They have an image to protect. So when we're talking about marriage and we're talking about one stepping out or the other stepping out, they may already have discussed and agreed upon what is or what isn't going to happen in a relationship, that may seem counter to our beliefs of what vetting and marriage and child rearing should be. But for people who have like Nick Cannon money or Cam Newton money, I mean, if they want to have children, or multiple children, such as 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, or 10, extreme numbers, but by today's standard, we're not all farmers anymore. But they have the wealth and the means to do so, to live, to not only seek this dream out of their lineage, but in passing on their wealth and their privilege, they probably want to leave it in as much of their control as possible, which would be through their children. So, I mean, I think there's that aspect as well. Think about it. If you're a billionaire and you have one child, I mean, you're putting everything that you ever worked for in the hands of one person versus 5, 6, or 7, or doing anything for the community per se. So it might be from another aspect of giving back to the community, making sure that the wealth stays in the most trusted hands, that's been accrued by people who have these kind of means. It might be that too.